guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Christy and I share a ton about health, wellness, living your best life, and creating the life of your dreams. I'm so passionate about that. But today specifically, we are going to talk about how and why I moved to San Diego. We have a little helper in the background. She's chilling on the couch I just got a new blanket, and she just always thinks new blankets are hers. Rightfully so, because I share everything with her. But like I said, today we're going to dive fully into, do you want to come be in the video? Come here. Oh, are you saying hi to everyone? Okay, sit. So this is Callie. For those who don't know, can you sit? Thank you. Can you lay down? Thank you. Oh, she's going to snuggle. Okay. Wow. Focusing. Why I decided to move to San Diego. So my now husband, and I moved out to San Diego 5 years ago, which is crazy. So December 4th or 5th is what we call our caliversary. A lot of people who live here have a caliversary. It's kind of like a way to document and celebrate you living in California for however many years. But I think it's really important to give a little bit of background on why and how California was even on my mind to move to. So growing up, my mom had brought me to California 2 or 3 times. So not a significant amount of time, but enough that every time I came here, I loved it. I also growing up, so I lived very tongue-tied today. Growing up, I spent the summers on Cape Cod, which is just very beachy. It was very barefoot, just riding bikes everywhere. Didn't need cars. If I was in a car, I was in a Jeep Wrangler with the top down, super chill vibes. And that's what I loved. And I just really was I want to kind of create my life around that. So every single time I came to California, people were in Billabong, Roxy brands. And I personally loved that. And it was just really chill. So we were being super touristy. We went to restaurants on the water, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it was just every time I came here, I loved it. So fast forward a little bit, I really wanted to apply to colleges out in California because I was oh my gosh, I love it. But reality set in, and it was kind of okay, I could only go home for one holiday, and I love holidays and I love my family. And I was there is no way I could just see my family once a year or only spend Christmas or Thanksgiving with them. I just couldn't fathom that. And I still, to this day, am I get why I didn't do that. But continue to fast forward. I had been dating Andrew, who's my now husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, for, 5 years. And we essentially had a lease in Stamford, Connecticut. And I really didn't want to re-sign it after 1 year, but we did. I was just I knew I wanted to move to California. And then the second year came around and I was I am not re-signing this lease. I know in my heart and my soul, I don't want to live here. So why am I continuing to sign away the lease? I was I don't want to. So we booked myself a flight, just me. I came out here, I stayed with a friend, and I browsed. It was literally I was out here, I think, for 48 hours, and I was just browsing apartments and houses. I explored a few areas. What was funny, and I'll get into this, but I just obviously, now that I live here, I know way more neighborhoods and areas in San Diego, whereas when I first came out here to look at houses and apartments, looking back, I'm what was I doing? Where was I looking? What? Why was I not looking in the places that I love now? But regardless, hindsight's always 20/20. So I ended up finding an apartment. It was downtown. I'd never lived super downtown before, but this was of all the places I looked at, it was the cleanest, the biggest, and the brightest. And I was sold. So we applied to the apartment. We got the apartment. We essentially were ready to move, and we drove cross country. We drove cross country in a 2-door Honda Civic with the bottom of the car zip tied because the plastic piece was coming off and it just kept bumping into things. So we just were zip tying it. We were, oh man, I don't remember. I think we were 28 when we drove cross country. So you're never too old to do anything to chase your dreams. I just want to always say that too. So long story short, finally decided to move out to California in 2019 December, 3 months before COVID. we joined a gym, and that's actually how we met, essentially, I'd say like our first group of friends out in San Diego. And so I get asked a lot like how to make friends, because making friends as an adult is hard, and then making friends in a brand new city as an adult is even harder. So my recommendation is always to like join clubs or join gyms, or just continue to do activities that you really enjoy, because you're going to find like-minded people there. Another example of that is Andrew, my husband, loves playing lacrosse. So he's met a ton of people through lacrosse. So it really is just like continuing to do your passions and things that you enjoy. I think that's really important. So that's how you can make friends if you're deciding to move across country. And then the next piece of this is the locations, like where to live in San Diego. So I'm a coastal girl, but like when we first were looking at places, I was looking in downtown, I was looking in like North Park and all those areas. And looking back, what's funny is now I just wouldn't be looking in those areas, but there's just so many different places that you can live in San Diego, and it is totally possible for anyone who wants to actually come out and live here. So that's essentially why I decided to move to California. But a really important piece of this that I haven't touched on is that I wanted to move to California for literally like the lifestyle. So as someone who's very passionate about wellness, very passionate about my well-being, very passionate about just like being in a good headspace, my mental health, I knew I needed to live somewhere with more sunshine and just a place where I could be outside year round. Like that was my goal. Coming from Connecticut, the winter months were just becoming very long, and I enjoy snow. It just like wasn't even snowing in Connecticut. It would just be gray and like rain. I was like, it is gray for far too many months. So we moved to California, and we got a dog who we named California. We call her Callie. But I think what's really important when you're considering moving or considering this big life change is like, where can you see yourself? I knew I could see myself being outside, being adventurous, being active. And so that's something that I really, really wanted. And I still to this day love that I'm 3 miles from the beach. I can go take a walk. Like this morning, I literally went to a workout class. My workout class was right near the beach. I just went from my workout class. I walked down to the boardwalk, and then I did like a 2-mile walk. And I was in a t-shirt, and it is February something, and I was so, so happy about it. So I just want to make this video essentially for people who are thinking about moving across the country, just even thinking about moving somewhere in general, because it is so possible. It can be scary, but if you see yourself somewhere or you're excited about it, I think that's really all that matters. So take the leap, take the chance, and do that to help yourself create the life of your dreams. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to post more videos like this. I'm going to try and post more San Diego based videos too, but please let me know it. Oh my God, I can't talk today. Please let me know what you enjoy about this video. Leave it in the comments, and I will be sure I read all the replies. So I'll be sure to see that. And if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.